Good day everybody, and welcome to Kampala Road. And up front I'm going to apologise because this is another negative video about the hobby and the supply chain. And I'm only making this video because I am so fed up with it. And those of you who have suffered my videos will know I've had more than my fair share of bad luck with crappy product. So I'm going to keep this short. I received on Tuesday from Rails of Sheffield a Hornby Devon Belle Observation Car. There she is, not on the track. Tuesday evening I put her on the rails and it was immediately obvious that it didn't work, because unlike what the packaging says here, working lights, the lights didn't work. And I must admit I thought it must be a usual problem, poor soldering, broken wire. So on Wednesday morning I contacted Rails of Sheffield, where I bought this from, for the list price is 57 quid, and asked them what to do. Now normally I would have taken it apart myself, but I've never taken a coach apart. I've done locos, and this looks fairly delicate, and I was proved correct. So they said, no, it's fairly easy. I'm dealing with a chap called Warren. He said a colleague of his had told him that it's fairly easy and I can take it apart. So on Wednesday I did that. I used these cards, these old airline club cards, etc. And there are some clips here and here to undo. And I did specifically say on the email, if I damage the product, what happens? The reply came back, it's easy to do. There was no specific reply to that question. So I went ahead and took this off. And lo and behold, the buffer beam details fell off. There's my hand, there it is, which is just glued on. There's no great shakes, that can be glued back on. So I took the chassis off. It's fairly cheap inside, there's no great shakes. This is the weight at the back of the carriage. It's metal. And everything was in order actually, the wiring was not broken. And I went back to them and said, no, everything's in order. I sent them 3 photographs which they requested, and they said they'd come back to me. I didn't hear anything on Thursday, which was yesterday. I emailed them last night and said, I haven't heard from you, what do you want me to do? Warren emailed me late last night, my time, so I didn't see that till this morning, to say that they're waiting for their best technical engineer to make a comment. I said I'd spent a couple of hours on it last night. What I had found actually was that the power to the lights is picked up on one side of the bogie and the other side of the bogie, so they are isolated. It's not like a locomotive where it picks up from both sides on one bogie. It picks up from the right side on this side and the left side obviously from this side. And what I found was that the wheels had been put in incorrectly on this, so that it was trying to pick up power from only one row. So I've turned the wheels round. I got some fleeting lighting, but it obviously is not the full problem because I can't get the lights to work still. Now it's a very, very simple arrangement. Power, there's 2 wires, the left and the right, going to a micro plug in there. I don't know if you can see that. Oops, micro plug in there, there's a capacitor there. And I've tested all this. I've run power from the wheels, I've cleaned the pickups. I then ran power directly to the wires, and still no lights, although I did get a flash, I must admit. So I think it's either the micro plug here, or I've got a dodgy LED board. whatever the case, it really isn't satisfactory that once again you get crappy product. And obviously, with the wheels being the wrong way round, it was not quality control checked at the factory, because the lights wouldn't have worked anyway. So I'm making this video because I am so effed off with shit product that I've just had a conversation with a friend online about giving up the whole model railway thing. It's just a complete waste of money. And I think I've said before on some videos, if I was in the UK, I would take these manufacturers to task. There's no doubt about it. They offer something which is just substandard. And I think, airlines, car manufacturers, bed manufacturers, radio manufacturers, they're all under the same law in the UK. I must admit, I have thought whether I get sent out crap product in the hope the retailers have had a returned item and they send it out to an overseas customer in the hope that we don't complain. But obviously this model railway people do not come under the same laws. That's my son shouting in the background, sorry. Or they flout the laws or think they can get away with it because us modelers will try and fix things first. So where do I stand at the moment? I don't hold Rails responsible for this. It's a manufacturing issue. They fly by different laws, I guess, to other people, where you can walk back into a shop and replace it. My view is that they make 3, 5, 10,000 of these, and if they get 20% back, it's built into their budget and they don't care. So I spent a couple of hours on it last night trying to fix it. I don't want to I shouldn't have to, really. I feel, take the light board out at the back and pull that apart. I haven't got a micro crosshead screwdriver to take those screws out. They are tiny in there, those little black dots. The model is now damaged, as I've pointed out. And I have emailed Rails this morning and said I've had enough. I've been honest with you. I've said the model is damaged, the buffer beam has fallen off. There is a connecting lug that has snapped off when I was trying to get the chassis out. And I'm waiting for a reply. I've said to them if they want it back, then they have to pay courier, which is between £60 and £100 to get it back for them. I guess I might be on the blacklist for Rails for not to send anything out here again. Or, if I do order, they acknowledge I'm an overseas customer and they check things before they send it out. So that's where I am, that's my rant. I really feel every time something new comes, I have to fix it on behalf of the manufacturer. They should be paying me. And I know I'm not alone. I know there are people out there who also are getting a lot of faulty items. So sorry it's such a negative video again, but I think it has to be highlighted that the likes of Hornby and others are sending out crappy product. I mean, I can list stacks of products I've received over the last 2 years, from accessory decoders to locomotives to Pico water towers, which aren't kits which aren't fully complete. You name it, it's there. And I would feel that somebody has got to take a stand with these guys and tell them to, or take them to task. Anyway, my next video, I'm a real glutton for punishment, it's going to be this, and I'm hoping to do that this weekend. The unboxing of the NRM Flying Scotsman. It's new. I've only ever done this. I've never actually got it out of the wrapping. I've had it for a couple of years, and somebody I communicate with outside YouTube told me to get my finger out and, for God's sake, with such a nice model, open it. But I hope it is a nice model and I hope it works. So that'll be my next video. So rant over, as I said. I hope it's over anyway. I'm waiting for Rails, and I'll give an update either separately or on a layout update. So if you've got this far and suffered this far with my rant, thank you very much, and take care out there. Cheers for now from Kampala.